Valentine's Day, one of those holidays I've never really had a strong connection to, nor cared about in the strongest sense. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the fact that I've only been dating during one of them, but I don't know. It's just never been a terribly important holiday to me. I mean, the chocolates are nice, but I've never put terribly much emphasis on it. Maybe that's just because a lot of birthdays happen in kind of a similar span. I don't know. But it did get me thinking about certain concepts in our society about love and whatnot. So I thought I'd talk about it as my Valentine's Day special. Because, only a person like me could take, Valentine's Day and proceed to question the logistics of human love. Because that's just what I do. Something that's always bothered me, and it really, really bothers me, is that it doesn't really bother me so much. I think we should go back to it. I think the Greeks were onto something with the idea of having different types of love, or at least different names for them. I'm not sure exactly. They need to be tweaked, of course, how we view it, but I think that'd be a really good way for us to move forward because, let's be honest here. The love one feels for a family member or a spouse is completely different, or the love you feel for a dog. We just need different terms for this. And if nothing else, then to stop Japan and who was the lady that wrote Flowers in the Attic? I forgot her name. Whatever her name is, we need to stop them. But, or at least slow them down. Another thing I've thought about, and it's something that I really do wonder about, is why do so many people say they want, someone who's like their father or their mother in their relationship, or someone who could be like that kind of parenting figure? I think it's actually a bad way to look at it, purely because what you want in a spouse of any type is completely different than what you want in a parent. It's not even a quality of how good your parent was or how good your spouse is. It's not even a thing. I'm just being honest. The two are completely different roles. One is, the person you live with, the person you fall in love with, the person you spend your life together, and the other person is the one who raised you. And that's both important roles, but they're completely different. Sure, there might be some similarities and things you could admire, but to want the same thing is a bit weird in my opinion. I just don't get it. It just seems like a bad foundation to start upon. Another thing I want to talk about is, and this is something I really don't get, why do bachelor parties and bachelor parties exist? I just don't get that as a concept. Oh yes, I'm ready to be fully committed to you for the rest of life, and the day right before we're supposed to get married, we're gonna go hang out and do a bunch of dumb, stupid stuff. Why? Why are people okay with that? It makes no sense to me. It is truly and utterly bizarre to me. I just can't fathom why anyone thought that was a good idea. Really? Why? It's yes, I'm fully willing to be committed to you, lady. I'm gonna go out to the club. I don't get it. It just baffles me every time I think about it. I really don't understand it at all. Another thing I've always wondered about is just the whole, why do people set up engagements, in very crowded areas? Or what I mean by that is, it's you're about to propose to a lady, or I guess a guy, it doesn't matter either way. And it's the most public area. Just put that person in a bunch of pressure. If you say no, then it's a big letdown, and everyone's gonna get mad at you. It's why would you set it up in such a bizarre way? I just don't. Just putting pressure on that person. They don't deserve that. If you want to marry them, spend the rest of your life with them, I would think, it's not always bad. I'm not saying it's like the bachelor party thing where I do question someone's validity, but it just feels kind of awkward as a concept to me. And I personally think that, more intimate things would be better for both parties. But what do I know? I'm just an 18-year-old, almost 19-year-old talking about this part. But something I do agree with, or something I do find, is that, who finds it completely bizarre, I kind of get why some men would be, I don't really get it. I don't get why some men are put off by the idea of, women asking them out first. I just don't get that concept. Now listen, I'm a nervous tick of a human being, but I get nervous ticked over anything, so what I get nervous ticks over is not really an accurate judge. But I just don't get it conceptually. What's the problem with that? I don't know, maybe it's just how I operate, I don't know. But it just seems so weird, I never dated a girl who asked me out. I'm why? Why? So you're telling me there's this beautiful girl who is very nice, smart, had everything you'd want, but if she was the one who asked first, you would just turn it down? Why? What is up with those men? I don't get it. I just don't. Anyway, that's just some random stuff I wanted to say about Valentine's Day, but, or things tangentially related to it, but I wish you all the very best Valentine's Day you all can get. May your romantic lives be as good as I don't know, as they can be. Anyway, I'll see you then. See you next time on this little spaceship. Yeah. Hey, why don't you hit that sub button? You're gonna become a subscribble. Get to see my content quicker. Wouldn't that be nice? I bet so.